Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do my top 10 tips on the Galaxy XR device that we have here. I've been doing a lot of videos on the Galaxy XR, and I'm super happy to showcase all the tips that I've learned over the last week and a half that I've had this device in my hands, going through, making these videos, and just seeing everything that this thing has to offer right now. And if you guys want to support me and the channel, there will be a link down below to my affiliate link to purchase your own Galaxy XR device. And, it will help the channel out, and you guys will be able to purchase your own Galaxy XR if you guys like what you see in this video and all the other videos that I've done on this device, because there is some really cool stuff on here, and we're going to talk about some of them today. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Coming in here at number 10 is actually the fact that native games on here can actually look better than they can on the Quest. So take Demio as an example. By Resolution Games, one of my favorite developers that are out there in VR in general. And you can see I'm here at the main menu, and things look really, really sharp. And a lot of you guys may be asking yourselves, why is that? Because the Snapdragon that is in this is very similar to what's on the Quest 3. It's only 15 to 20% more powerful than the Quest 3, but this is driving higher resolution panels and everything. And after talking to Resolution Games, they were able to pull the resolution that's being rendered in the game to up to 3,000 resolution per eye. So that is a massive difference to what games usually run at the most of like 2,000 resolution on the Quest 3. And the main reason for that is because of the fact that this has eye tracking, and obviously the Quest 3 doesn't have eye tracking. So what that means is that you get these sharp visuals because it has foveated rendering that's keeping track of where your eyes are looking, and then it's rendering that at full scale, full resolution, and then the rest of it that you can't see is rendered at a lower resolution. And every time you look around and you're looking with your eyes, it's rendering at that higher resolution. So it's impossible for you to see with your eyes when things are done well with foveated rendering, but it lets you run the games at much higher resolution, and they're proof that you can actually run games that are ported over from the Quest to a much higher resolution you can on Galaxy XR. That's not something I expected when I got the Galaxy XR. I thought we were just going to get straight port games from here, but that obviously ended up not being true. And Demio here that you guys are looking at me playing ended up being, one of the standouts so far in the Galaxy XR because of that reason. And it looks really good. All these objects up close look really good, like my figurines that you see right here. And the game is as fun as it's always been, with your friends and stuff like that, playing a D&D style board game adventure. And I'm really, really impressed with what Resolution Game does all the time with these games. It just works really, really well. And the tracking holds up on Galaxy XR really well. And you can pull up your cards on your left hand, and all the resolution on the cards all look really nice and sharp. So they did a fantastic job with this port. And this is just one example of what we're probably going to see in the future from a lot of developers on Galaxy XR. Coming in here as tip number 9 is the fact that the Google TV app actually has a specific environment that you can actually use to watch different movies. So one of the best things about the Google TV app, like you guys are looking at here, is that you have access to your whole entire library from different things and stuff like that. And if you guys look at this trailer that I'm playing and you hit that little button there at the bottom, it puts you into an immersive environment that you have on Google. So you can watch all your content that's on Google TV on this like cool immersive environment. It's kind of like you're chilling in like a living room type of environment, and you have a gigantic screen in front of you, and it's all your different apps that are kind of incorporated together. Because remember, Google TV kind of curates all your content from, different apps like Amazon Prime and HBO and things you may own on Google TV, and all that stuff is all there. And you could watch all of those on this environment that you have here. And I do hope that Google kind of makes more environments than just this one. Maybe some tailored to different shows like Disney Plus does on Apple Vision Pro and stuff, just to give it that more cool factor. And I hope that they give us like an actual theater environment, because this is more of a living room environment. But still, you can watch all your different content on this, and that's on Google TV from all the different apps and services that Google TV supports. And it's something that people should be aware of, so you don't just sit there opening up the Amazon TV app, because that won't be as cool as opening up through Google TV and then being able to use this environment. Coming in here at number 8 is going to be Google Maps. Google Maps is, in my opinion right now, the killer app for this device.
Okay, so here we are with Google Maps here, and this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because this is the coolest app that I have found so far when it comes to something cool and different that you can do on Android XR that you can't really do anywhere else, whether it be Meta Quest or Apple Vision Pro, because this is obviously Google Maps, and this is their forte that they have on here. And they really did do something really cool with the way that you can navigate Google Maps on Android XR. And you can see that you're in the middle of New York City right now in Times Square. And it is really, really cool to be able to walk down the streets of Times Square and looking at these like buildings and stuff like that, and just seeing everything around and really exploring what you can get. You could zoom out and see the entire view of New York City. Look at that. I mean, it's just super cool. You can zoom in, you can navigate and spin around. It's just a really cool experience. And in New York, they have added hundreds, apparently, of restaurants that you can actually go into, like this sushi bar that we have right here, that when you click on some of these areas, you can see that there's a button, not just Street View, but go inside. So if you go inside some of these places here, you can see that you can actually be inside these places and kind of see what you can expect. Like, sometimes we want to go into these restaurants and kind of explore what's here and kind of catch the vibe of what's going on. So you could do that here. You could see what's going on in some of these places and, you know, pinch around and walk around to some of these places and go forward and just kind of see what you can explore on here. And now I know when I go to this restaurant, you know, what it's going to look like. And I go to Street View, then of course it will give you Street View. Now the Street View pictures will of course look technically better than what I just showed you because it's a Street View. It won't be as immersive. You're just looking at a 360 image, but you will be able to see more details on here if that's what you're after. And you could do the same thing. You could walk around the street, go up and down the street, and, you know, see the buildings. You can still see like the different like restaurants and stuff like that as you walk around here. I'm back into New York here, and I can zoom all the way out. Just look at the cityscape that you can see. I mean, you could zoom all the way out and all the way out, and look at this. Boom. You're now looking at the earth tilted up, and you can literally go anywhere around the earth and just like zoom in on different things that you can see on Google Maps. So definitely something that everyone needs to try out if they get their hands on Google XR. It's my favorite app so far that I've come across that is not available anywhere else that you can do. So this is super cool. So guys, check out Google Maps when you guys get your Samsung Galaxy XR. It's obviously pre-installed and it's super cool. Definitely something that I think stands out on the platform.
Coming in here at number 7 is the fact that Google Gemini is really incorporated throughout the whole entire OS.
So because Google Gemini is so incorporated into the OS, it really could do a lot of different things that maybe you guys aren't expecting it to do. It could do some of the simple stuff like open up a Safari for you, open up a web browser for you and just be like, hey, go to Samsung.com, open up YouTube for me, or open up a music player and start playing a song by Tate McRae, for example. A variety of different things that are similar to that vein that you can do. As you guys can see here that it opened it up for me. But one of the other cool things is that if your windows are all disorganized all around you, you can just tell it to organize your windows, and then a couple of seconds later, all your windows would be organized in a proper placement kind of surrounding you and stuff, which is pretty cool in and of itself. It could also do some pretty cool things with your photos because Google Gemini can actually see what you see on your screen. It could talk to you about what it sees in the photo. You could just be like, hey, what's in this photo? And it will start telling you like, hey, this is a Quest 3 that's in there and it costs this much. And you can ask it questions about the things that it's looking at because not only is it something that you can talk to, but it's also something you can share your screen with. So because it can see what you're seeing in VR, you can ask it about anything that you're basically looking at. Something else you guys can try with it as well, which is pretty funny, is because it can see what you're looking at, you can play a video of anything in your photo album, and then you can say, hey, listen to this video, and then make a nursery rhyme about it. And it will listen to the video as you play it, and then eventually be like, all right, I'm going to make a nursery rhyme about what I just heard and what I just saw. That's just some fun ideas of something you can mess with and stuff like that. It started rhyming about Disney when I showed it this video, just walking down the street and stuff, which is pretty entertaining and funny. Sticking to the same idea, I was watching an NBA game on the NBA app as well, and or on YouTube, I should say, when I was watching the highlights. And because, again, it could see what I can see, I can just say, hey, whoever just shot that ball last, can you tell me what the stats were for that game? How many points did he score? How's he doing for the season? Or how did the Lakers do in this game? Did they win? How many field goals did they make? Like all these different questions about what's happening in either a live game or a game that you're watching that was, highlights like this one was before. So it's really cool that you can be watching a live NBA game and watching a game live, and you can ask it questions while you're watching it about like different player stats or what they're doing and what's going on with the season, why is certain players injured, all these different things. So it's really like having a companion with you that just knows everything that you're looking at. There's also some really cool things you can try in Google Maps as well that it can do. It can take you to different places just by you telling it to go to California or wherever you want to go. If you're looking at different landmarks, just by looking at it with your eyes, you can just say, hey, tell me about some history about the building that I'm looking at, things like that. Or you can ask it about the restaurants that you're looking at, ask it about like certain meals that they serve there, what's like the favorite things that people are eating there, what time they're open, based on everything that you're looking at. So it's, again, it's just like having a sidekick with you that knows about all this information that could really help you along your journey, which is, in my opinion, super cool, and makes even using Google Maps even cooler with having Gemini at your side to just kind of talk about everything that you're looking at and giving you information about things you may be going to.
Coming in here at number 6 is the biggest benefit of this running Android is that you can sideload any APK that you need to, download different stores, and on top of that, it even has an unlockable bootloader.
So yeah, because you can sideload apps without having any real difficulty, that means you can download things from anywhere or even download different stores. The other stores that I know I've used before is APK Pure. So if we go ahead and search for that by typing it into our keyboard here, we go ahead and click on this first link here. You can see use APK Pure app to download things. So I can go ahead and click on this. You will see download the actual APK right there. Of course, gotta get over that. Download anyway right here. You can see the file is downloaded. You're going to see for the very first time for Chrome, it's going to ask you this one time only that for your security, your phone is not currently allowed to install unknown apps. So you're just going to click on settings. You're going to say allow things from Chrome, and then you can now install it. You're going to get the pop-up, and you're going to be able to download APK Pure. And now when you hit done, and I close out of this browser, and I close out of this, if I open up my menu again, then you can go ahead and look for where APK may have gotten all the way at the end. We have it sitting right here. And now you have of course, they have ads on this because that's how they make their money with these different stores. That's just something you got to deal with. But eventually you'll be sitting here at the main store and you can see all these different Android apps that you may have on here that you can go ahead and download. And then you can download third-party apps and just install these third-party stores and basically download anything that you may want to that is on here, whether it be, different apps that maybe aren't available on the Android store for whatever reason. But even if it's not apps like this or different stores, APK Pure, you can also download, APK files from different websites that you may need to, which is obviously great. And, you're free to basically download and install anything you want from any store, which is obviously awesome and one of the cool things about having Android so open. And like I mentioned before, you can unlock the bootloader on this device as well. We're not going to get too into that today because that doesn't really do anything for us right now. Basically, open bootloader means that you can install custom OSs on this and basically replace the OS that we have here in front of us, the Android XR, interface and everything like that. But right now there is no custom OS that you can install on here. But if one day someone comes out with one, the fact that the bootloader is open, it means that we can easily install it, which is not always the case with every Android device. So it is pretty cool that that's open like that.
Coming in here at number 5 is the secret compartment that's sitting on the side of this headset for the USB-C that gets revealed underneath there that can connect to a lot of different things.
So here on the side of this headset is something that a lot of people don't even notice. Right here on the right-hand side, there's a little hidden compartment right here that reveals a USB-C. If you hold this down here, it will pop right out, and then you can get your finger in there and pop out the port, and then it reveals a USB-C sitting right here on the headset.
Now you may be asking yourself, why would it be important that this headset has a USB-C port on it? And the answer to that is actually pretty simple. It's the fact that you can actually plug a bunch of variety of different things to this. You can plug in USB hubs, so if you want to plug in a USB hub so you can connect a keyboard and a mouse separately to be able to use this device, you can do that. You can even plug in a USB stick to it so you can add storage to this device. Now, when you plug in a USB stick, you're not going to be able to get more storage to install apps on here because Android doesn't allow that, but you can use it to, put more media on the device, whether it be music or 3D movies or regular movies that you want to watch in environments and stuff like that. And here, you can put them on here and then watch them on the go anywhere you go on this fantastic 4K micro OLED display. And that's just some of the stuff that I realized that you can plug into here. Obviously, it's a regular USB-C port, so it may not just be USB hubs, keyboards, and mouses in USB storage. You may be able to do other things with this port as well. Coming in here at number 4 is one of the coolest features on here, which is circle to search.
If you hold your finger out to usually you pop the menu like this, but if you hold it down, you get this prompt right here, and then you see this Google logo right here. If you let it go, and now you can hold and pinch right here, and now anything you pinch in the world, you can see. This is like circle to search if you guys have used Android and stuff. So I can do things like this. I can just go ahead and circle this right here in my room. and it will show you exactly what it says. The image shows a scarf with a game with passion, exactly what it says and exactly what it is. So yeah, think about looking at Circle to Search to basically search anything in your house or anything that you want to do, which is obviously pretty cool. Just wanted to show you guys how you can access Circle to Search and the fact that it's here, and you can do whatever you want with it and search around your room and anything that you're wearing your VR headset on.
Coming in here at number 3 is the fact that you can still daisy chain different batteries to this to get maximum battery life and basically never run out of juice.
We all know that this headset has a battery that is, connected to this, and it has a proprietary connector on the side of the headset, which usually means that you can't plug in another battery because this connector is specifically for this battery type. But what you might not know is that even though you only get 2 to 2.5 hours of battery life on this thing, you could daisy chain your own battery to this. So you can see that on this battery, there is a USB-C port on it, which means that if you plug in another battery to this, then you can continuously charge this one, which therefore charges your actual headset. So you can basically get continuous battery by daisy chaining your own battery. Now, of course, that means you're going to have 2 batteries in your pocket that you're going to be dealing with, but
it does work, and you can daisy chain these batteries together, which is definitely cool. Coming in here at number 2 is finding out that the touch-sensitive button on the side of this headset actually has 2 functions, not just one.
So here on the headset, there is a touch-sensitive button right here on the right-hand side of the headset. And what's really cool is that when you put this headset on, and I'm using it right now, if I put it on my head and I'm in the Samsung headset, what a lot of people don't know, and I didn't realize this for a while, is if I pull up the menu right now and I hit this touch-sensitive button because I look somewhere else, then that means that it will actually recenter you. It's the recenter button, and I always thought that it was just that. What I actually found out is if you take this touch-sensitive button and double tap, it will actually go from whatever you're in pass-through back to mixed reality. So you can see right now I'm in pass-through, and if I double tap, boom, I'm now in mixed reality. If I double tap again, boom, I'm back in VR again. So it's just something to note because a lot of people didn't know that when they were using this headset, and it took me a while to figure that out, that that's an easy way to go in and out of mixed reality into VR.
And the number one thing we got to talk about here is how to get the maximum FOV and get your eyes as close to the lenses as possible on this headset.
Now, this little plastic piece that goes on your headset, it comes with one pre-installed, and it comes with 2 in the box, depending on the small one that you want or the larger one. But what a lot of people don't realize is that this actually has a spacer in between that's just magnetically held that's making you keep your eyes away from it even more. All you got to do is snap it out, and you can see this plastic piece is no longer needed. I don't use it anymore. And then I just take the soft cushion that actually goes on your face, and then you could put that into the headset and be a lot closer to the lenses now because you're missing that spacer that's no longer needed and no longer in that headset. So that's definitely the biggest tip that I could tell you, because getting your eyes close is obviously a big deal, and you save a lot of space. Look at that space that you're saving by not using that. So definitely much recommended.
All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video on these 10 tips on the Galaxy XR. As time goes on, we'll all learn new tips together. More things will come out, more new features will come out, and now we'll keep doing these videos for you guys and showcase more tips as the time goes on. But hopefully either a couple of these tips may have helped you, maybe something you guys didn't know before or didn't realize that it worked that way. So hopefully it helped you guys out. And if you guys want to support me and the channel, there will be a link down below to purchase your own Galaxy XR if you guys are looking for it. Thank you guys for watching. Till next time.